welcome back. Now, there's a bit of animal in all of us, but it's not just a bit with our next record holder. He's 99.9% leopard. To meet one of the more unusual Guinness record holders, we've come to the Isle of Skye, home of ancient castles and beautiful scenery. It's also home for 63-year-old Tom Leopard, a recluse who lives a very sparse and simple life in the partially rebuilt ruins of a 200-year-old cottage. Up close, it's obvious that he's different from most people, and the markings on his face give us a clue to what's underneath. Tom Leopard has a Guinness record as the world's most tattooed man.
I found walking through towns that some people will be shocked, others will pretend not to notice, and I've been told that they do a quick about turn once they've passed.
Even the space between the spots has been tattooed orange, and his delicate eyelids have been made to look like cat's eyes.
I heard a lot about pain before I started getting tattooed, and they always said the bony parts are sore, which they are, very sore. And in general, all bony parts are worse than others. But the worst of the lot are the buttocks, where there's no bones at all.
Why did he choose a leopard design?
I had to think of something very easy to do, but at the same time very colourful.
Tom went one stage further and not only changed his name to Leopard, but also had specially made fangs fitted.
I decided to tattoo myself so I could live in a place like this where there's no work, and it's very beautiful and very few people.
Tom has lived here for the past 11 years without electricity, heat or running water. A small burner is one of the few luxury items he has.
Because I've no labour-saving devices, everything takes 3 or 4 times as long. So even the simplest things fill up my day.
The stream running next to his cottage is his bath, sink and washing machine.
It might sound as though it's boring or unpleasant, but it's a challenge.
Tom loves living this way and is reluctant to leave unless it's absolutely necessary. When he runs out of food, he gets into his kayak and rows 40 minutes to the village of Kyle. With only 1,000 residents, most of the local people know him.
Well, he's a great character, just no problem at all. Everybody gets on with him, and we just take him, you know, as a normal, well, he is a normal human being, you know.
To earn money, Tom makes rare appearances at tattoo conventions, and that enables him to fund his life on the island. Although he hardly ever sees anybody, he's never stuck for something to do.
I've got a collection of about 60 tapes, a lot of Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, Gregorian chant. I've found that I read a lot, and most of my reading is historical fiction, naval historical fiction if I can get it. By living here, living by myself, within myself, but always having external things to overcome, I'm never lonely. But whenever I go to a city or a large town where there's thousands of people, everything laid on, nothing is hard. I'm so bored, so lonely, it's unreal.
The next guy you're about to meet is going to try and swallow 8 swords and twist them around in his throat. There's Mark Thompson in our American studio.
Brad, on our stage tonight, you're going to attempt something you've never attempted before.
That's right. Tonight I'm going to attempt to swallow one sword after the other until 8 fill my esophagus and then twist them in place.
Oh! We've actually moved the audience closer because we wanted you all to see that this is real. It's not a magic trick at all.
Absolutely, it's genuine.
You're the current record holder.
With 7.
What are the risks to you with 8 swords down your throat?
Well, the number one risk I'm concerned about tonight is puncturing my esophagus. Punctures and perforations are very difficult to heal. The rupture is very dangerous too because I lose the ability to swallow, and the thought of being fed intravenously the rest of my life doesn't thrill me.
Well, let us show you the swords that Brad will be attempting to swallow. Brad, give us a look here, because I want people to see that these are actual swords. They're 27 inches long. The handles are not collapsible, so it's not as though they're all being retracted into this handle. It's a real handle. And these swords are sharp. We have a carrot handy to show you. Well, we've asked Brad to be photographed by a medical device known as a fluoroscope. This is going to allow us to see images inside Brad's body. Let me show you what it looks like using a single sword. You can see the sword as it will enter.
There it is, going down to the stomach, and you can see the twisting action, and that's what I will do with all 8 swords tonight, or at least I'll attempt it.
All right. To further underscore the fact that this is not a magic trick, he's really doing this, we're having Brad take his shirt off. So I'll take that. You should also know that this is, of course, extremely dangerous, as we've reviewed, and we have emergency medical technicians standing by. This is something that should not be tried. In fact, if you're at all squeamish, I would turn away from the television set now. Brad, good luck. Be careful. That's sword number 1. Two. Three. That's 4 swords. A 5th sword. That's 6. 7 ties the current record. He's going for 8. 8. That's a new Guinness record. And now the twist. That's it. A new Guinness record. Woo! Brad Byers. A new Guinness World Record. Oh, unbelievable. Congratulations. That's a new Guinness record. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I feel pretty good about it.
Now, let's look at it again, because it didn't look as though all the swords went down completely cleanly. I'm just looking at it. I don't know what it feels like, but it seemed like a couple got hooked up in there. Was it all...
Well, everything went well. It was just a very tight squeeze, so the tighter you get, the more friction there is. But I felt good on the twist. I don't feel like I injured myself at all.
Your eyes are tearing up a little bit, I noticed. Explain that to me. My eyes were tearing up also while I was watching. But yours, I'm wondering if it's in response to the swords.
Yeah, exactly right. It only happens with the multiple sword swallowing. I can swallow 1 sword or any of these other swords with no problem. When you feel the esophagus up to the maximum like that, the body rebels, but I am controlling and fighting it the whole time.
You defied nature tonight. It was remarkable, really, to see that.
Thank you.
Brad Byers, everyone.
If anyone tries breaking that record, they'll need their heads examining, don't you think? Mm-hmm. That's as much as we can fit into this week's show. Keep your eyes peeled, because more amazing records will be coming your way. Good night.
Coming soon on